Yes.
Negative 2.
Call a special meeting in order. Village clerk, please call roll.
Burgess. Here. Jones. Here. Myers.
Here.
Bates. Washington House.
Here.
Williams-Bright.
Here.
All right, turn the meeting over to Trustee Williams-Begg. She asked for these to be placed on the agenda.
Yes.
So for items 2, 3, and 4.
So you will see before you, sorry, I don't have my agenda. You will see before you the resolution that I said we would like to present on the May 1st meeting, and the May 1st meeting was canceled. And this was as a result of the conversation that we had prior to the vote for the street sign for myself and for Mayor Hanks. We talked about the fact that there was no policy put in place, there was no procedure, it was just kind of what has been done in the past, and everybody should have had the opportunity to review this. So I'm asking for the approval of this today.
Do you have any questions? Trustee Burgess.
Are these the requisites? Does this start today or is this after? Because the requirements that you have on here are something that I didn't see as far as street signs, signatures, and so is this going to be after today, or is this going to actually happen now to get a person be eligible for a street sign?
Well, like everything else, as soon as it passes, it becomes law. It becomes part of the future practices. And as far as the signatures, the signatures that you mentioned, this was partially built out from what Trustee Tates stated in the meeting about how he thought that residents should have a say, an opportunity to decide who got a street sign, where they got the street sign, something like that, and it shouldn't just come from the board. So that's why this was Trustee Myers' suggestion at our meeting to include the need for signatures.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. The resolution that you have today for the street signs, they have to follow this requirement?
It would become effective after it's passed, as far as I'm concerned.
It becomes effective after the mayor signs.
Yeah.
No, what I'm asking is, you have on here, you have two resolutions about signs.
So once the mayor signs it after it's approved, then that's when it would become effective. So I'm assuming, I guess what your question is how it affects the 2 items on the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it doesn't become legal until the mayor signs it. I don't think the mayor's going to sign it till after the meeting. So, no. I guess it would start as soon as the mayor signs it, which will be sometime tonight, probably after the 2 items on the agenda will be passed.
So the 2 items that are on the agenda are not part of this qualification? That was my question.
No.
Okay.
The one item that was on here is an item that's being reintroduced that was voted down 2 weeks ago. And then the other item that's being introduced is somebody that we discussed that because there was no definite regulation, we didn't know if this person qualified, and then after reviewing and talking to people who've been here for a while, we decided that this person does. And since we were not able to have this conversation on May 1st, we weren't able to iron out all those things, so that's why.
So basically, moving forward, I guess the resolutions that are on the agenda for tonight does not pertain to this particular ordinance. That was my original question.
No.
And so anything after that ordinance, then this is what the requirements that you're trying, that you want to pass?
Yes.
Just briefly looking at it, I think the only thing that wouldn't cover would be the signatures. Everything else, I think, having served or appointed for no less than 12 years, and location of the sign in association with the location of the honorary. That's still there. Any other questions? All right, move to the next one. Time 2 or 3. Sorry.
No, we're done.
No, we have one.
Yeah. Can I see the agenda, please? I can't find mine. As far as number 3 goes, like we stated, this is somebody who, at the last committee meeting that we discussed before this came out, we were unsure of the regulations as far as if it had to be 12 years consecutively or not. And based on some of the past precedent from the trustees and other candidates that we've seen as far as buildings and plaques and things like that, we've decided that former trustee James Schultz is eligible. And so that's why we're asking for the resolution for his sign to be passed as well.
Any questions on this one? Hearing none. Item number 4.
And the same thing with Mayor David Hanks. This was an item that was brought up 2 weeks ago, and the motion did not pass, and we are reintroducing it again, hoping that this time it will pass. And we think that, like Mayor Hanks just stated, he fits the qualifications that were put in place prior to, and we think that he's very deserving, so we figured we would put it on the agenda one more time.
Any questions? All right, hearing none, we'll move to public comment. All questions and comments must be directed to the mayor. Each speaker may comment on topics on special agenda items only. Each speaker may be allowed one opportunity to speak. Anyone from the public?
Can I just bring out a mic?
Okay, if you can just bring a mic down, we'll just have her stand right there. She'll bring a mic down to you. There we go. Give me that one. You're on. No worries.
Mayor Hanks, thank you for devoting 18 years as elected official to Sauk Village. You have shown strength and perseverance, especially the last 4 years, while one person ridiculed and discredited you and your administration, and another person allowed that action to continue for both their personal gain. But in the end, history will tell the true story. I hope that all trustees search their hearts tonight and approve a street designation for you. Mayor Hanks, thank you again for your service and your love for our town.
Thank you. I'm going to try not to be emotional on that, but I'll tell you what.
Please don't. Leave it up to us because we're all emotional. We would like to thank you from all of our residents, and there are many residents here that are going to miss you tremendously because of all the things you have done for our town. For the people, the residents of this village love you, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And for the incoming mayor, with all the things that he has done in the past, I would hope he finds it in his heart tonight to stand up as a future mayor and make things right for a change. This is time. If he's running on this change, let's see this change. You want to shake hands with everybody? Then let's start a new slate, Mr. Burgess. It's time to stand up and be an honest person and know that we are all behind our mayor, that he is leaving us, but you have to build a trust from here forward. Thank you, David.
All right, thank you. I may be retiring from politics, but I'm not going anywhere. So I'll still be around.
Thanks. I'd like to say thanks also to my wife, my daughter, and all the rest of them that step in.
Agenda items only.
I have to let you know one thing. There would have been a great service to work with you, work under you, and get the thing that you have done. Also to the new administration.
We gotta stick with agenda. Agenda items, special meeting.
Okay.
The next meeting, we talk to the next generation, our administration.
Good luck. May the Lord magnify you.
Thank you very much. All righty. Anyone else? All right. Seeing none, I ask for a motion to adjourn the special meeting. Got a motion and a second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any adjourned. Call the meeting to order and please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, please call roll.
Here.
Here.
All right, move to item number 2, new business. Ask for a motion to approve all accounts payables and disbursements for April 26, 2017 to May 9th.
So moved.
May 9th, 2017. I got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Move to item B. Ask for a motion to approve board meeting minutes for March 28, 2017. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Yeah, motion. Is there a second? Yeah, motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Item C, ask for a motion to approve committee meeting minutes for April 18th, 2017. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. Item D, ask for a motion to approve and release executive session minutes for April 18th, 2017. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
We got a motion. Is there a second? Got a motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Item E, ask for a motion to approve the board meeting minutes for April 25th, 2017. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Yeah, motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Yeah, motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Item F, ask for a motion to approve an ordinance amending Chapter 66 of the Village Code to include provisions regarding honorary designations. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. Item G, motion to approve resolution of the Village of Sauk Village, Cook and Will Counties honoring James Schultz with an honorary street designation. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Any question or comment? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call roll.
No.
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 Yes. Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Item H, motion to approve a resolution of the Village of Sauk Village, Cook and Will Counties honoring David Hanks with an honorary street designation. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Village Clerk, please call the roll.
No.
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 Yes. Yes. Go ahead, David. You deserve it. You deserve this, David. You deserve it.
Abstain. Abstain. All right. We're going to get through here as quickly as possible. If everyone could just hold your comments. All right, we're going to get through. We have a lot of business needs to be done. So, move to item number 3. Farewell from current board members. We'll start with Trustee Linda Washington House.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I just want to say it's so good to see so many people here at the village board meeting on a Tuesday night. Second of all, I just want to say that past practice has always been that if you have served 3 terms, you get a street sign. I feel that anyone that would make a dedication in their personal life to serve public office for 3 terms, and past practice have always been that you get a street sign dedicated to you. There's no reason why the people that are leaving that are deserving should have that same opportunity. I was also informed tonight by elect Mayor Burgess that Neighborhood Watch would be disbanding. There would be no more Neighborhood Watch. So I just want to give a brief report of some of the things over the last 4 years as I chaired it that we were able to do.
All right,
I want to thank all of the block club captains that are in the room. We have approximately 41 block captains. I think we have, I don't know how many are here tonight, but they came just to know the direction of Neighborhood Watch. Also, I wanted to thank my committee for all of the work that we've done. These decals that you see, we have over 4,000 of these decals on homes, businesses. People put them on their cars. They act like they're burglar alarm alerts. They have them on their garage doors. They have them everywhere. I want to thank all of my block club captains here tonight for all the hard work that you've done over the last 6 years. You deserve a hand clap, working really, really hard. Thank you, trustee. I also want to thank my Neighborhood Watch Committee for all these street signs. There are approximately 80 blocks in Sauk Village. We have a village sign like this on all 80 fairways. Mayor, am I saying it correct? Fairways throughout the village. We ask for public and private donations to put these signs throughout the village to let any suspicious activity know that Neighborhood Watch and Sauk Village stand together to keep our village safe. So I want to thank all of my block club captains and Neighborhood Watch Committee for working so hard to get that project done over the last 4 years as well. You deserve another round of applause. I also want to say that there was a video that was released by Pharrell worldwide. Even foreign countries, they did a song off of Happy. We did not want Sauk Village to be left behind. So Neighborhood Watch, we got together, we engaged the residents, we had a great time with the school board, we went to the fire station, the police station, and we all got together, we made a video, and it was entitled Happy to Live in Sauk Village. So I want to thank my committee for that. We did a live play at Rickover School, Are You My Neighbor? Engaging families to come out and participate in plays to try to get the community involved in doing things through Neighborhood Watch. We also recently did a live concert where we hosted Stella Award winner Daryl King and Willie the Entertainer, who's been on Wendy Williams Live, a child celebrity, to come to Sauk Village first time to bring a live concert to Sauk Village, to bring a free concert to the village. So Neighborhood Watch has been instrumental in the No Texting While Driving campaign. We have the Light Up the Community campaign where we have engaged and we have asked residents to turn on their front and back porch lights every night. We have seen the number of homes that have done this double, and the police chief is here. Neighborhood Watch and all of the block club captains and all of you residents that call that 911 when you see suspicious activity, because there's no Neighborhood Watch, don't stop calling if you see anything on your block that you think is suspicious in your neighborhood. Also, finally, we did a No Texting While Driving campaign. We did a No Bullying campaign, just to name a few, but we have everyone that want to say goodnight. But I do want to thank my committee because we worked really, really hard. It was a joy to serve as your trustee. I thank all of you that voted for me 4 years ago, and I've met a lot of friends. It's been a great journey. People say, what are you going to do when you leave? Well, one of the things that I've already done, I'm going to have my own television talk show, and also I'm going to be engaging right in the community. We had a committee called Sauk Village for Informative Dialogue, because some people can't make the school board meetings, some people can't make the village hall meetings, some people can't make the library board meetings. So I formed another venue, another forum for the community where we had someone from all those entities to come, and residents could come and they could ask questions. From that, we had more forums that popped up, like the town hall meeting and meet the mayor meeting. So there were other programs that popped up after we had Sauk Village for Informative Dialogue. So I'm encouraging all of the residents to stay involved in your village. Like you're here tonight on Tuesday, we're here every single Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Come out, see what's going on with your tax dollars and follow the money. Let's keep the elected officials accountable. That's what we ask you all to do. We put our campaign literature, make us prove it. Thank you, it's been a great journey.
Thank you, Trustee. We'll go to Trustee Edward Myers.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Myers. Mr. Mayor, just a couple comments. It's been a pleasure for the last 8 years to serve this town and on the various committees I belong to. If it wasn't for the residents of this town to come out and sit on these committees and help us to take care of business and get things done for the residents of this town, it would never happen. So you guys did everything that's happened in this town. I'd like to please ask you to continue, because the town still has a long, long ways to go. We still have a rough road to travel with the state like it is and so forth. Some of the committees I served on is the Housing Commission, chaired for 4 years, chaired by Gary Holcomb. This committee went out and we had a little over 400 homes that we have vacant out there. Well, went out and found ways to bring in Cook County to help us to bring down the homes that could cause serious injuries, help us get some of the homes on the market, help us move, help come in and help us to clean some of it up. So the Housing Committee meeting is a plus, and I was proud to belong to that one. The other one was the Ordinance Committee. Over the last 8 and some years, there have been about 70 ordinances passed our committee, and some we put together and presented to the board, and some we presented to the board that didn't make it. However, once again, it's the residents of this town that we went out and asked, what is your opinion of this ordinance? Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Which way do you want us to go? Which way you want us to present this to the board? So I urge each and every one of my committee members to continue with it. It's a very worthwhile committee, and whoever gets it has a hard job ahead of them. The next one is Neighborhood Watch. This particular committee I sat on, which is housed by Miss Linda, Trustee Linda Washington. It was a committee that concerned citizens. When we took over, we had people breaking in, we had dark streets, we had people wandering around other people's houses and stuff. We pulled together, we urged the residents to, you see something suspicious, call the police. Don't be a vigilante group. Don't go out there with guns and bats and stuff. No, that's not your job. That's the job of the guys in blue. They know what they're doing. So they started calling the police department, and it helped. We watched the rates go down, and we put on a program every year to book bag. We was able to give the school district book bags for the young students to take to school, and each and every, I think we gave away about a little over over 1,000 this year, last year. And I also heard tonight that that probably won't be continued, but with the budget strengthened and so forth. But you guys still can continue to do your job. Keep the porch light on. If there's light outside, the bad people's not going to come around your house. And call the police. The police will respond and assist you. It's not your job to go out there and try to enforce it. And I know each and every one of us want to, but leave it to the police. And then the debt recovery was a committee I created. After finding out that the village was in about $700,000 in debt from various things, from people owing water to major vendors owing us money and so forth. Put together a committee and we started going after them. So then we also found the state of Illinois had a program out. So we got a hold of the controller office. And now the controller office is assisting us. And if you have a debt with the village of Sauk Village and it gets into the controller hand, you will get a letter from the Illinois state asking you, urging you to see Sauk, come in Sauk Village, talk to the people, and they will set up some type of plan to help you pay your debt off, or the state will step in. And that has paid off. We have lowered that debt quite a bit. Then I was lucky enough to sit on the Budget and Finance Committee with Trustee Rosie Williams. And it was fantastic. We saw some, you wouldn't believe, some of the money we saw come in, and which we thought we should have been receiving from the state, that the state still hasn't paid us. I think, is that right? Yeah. State still hasn't paid us. They owe us a lot of money. County paid us a little bit, but county still owes us a lot of money. With that, if they do pay us, then the new board will have a pretty easy street to follow. And last, I was honored to ask, was asked by the fire chief to sit on a committee, the intergovernment committee. And that committee is trying to put 3 government bodies together and to work together. It's a fantastic idea. I love it. And my hat goes off to the chairperson with your newly elected village clerk, Mava. And I also see the superintendent here tonight. And both of those people, it's fantastic. We've came and asked the school board is backing us up. It's a fantastic committee, and I hope and pray that you keep it going. That's something that has never been done. We have all the government bodies working together. That'd be fantastic. And the final thing, I know I've been up here talking too much. Final thing is that I'd like to wish each and every one of the new people, the trustees, and the mayor. You've got a hard road to travel, but you know what? Talk to the resident. That's what it's all about. The residents of the village of Sauk Village. And with that, God bless you, and thank you for allowing me to serve you for 8 years.
Thank you, trustee. We'll go to trustee Rosie Williams-Babe.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of housekeeping items first. The trustee, mayor, and village clerk plaques have all been updated, and we used Public Relations Committee funds, not village funds, to do that. Bless you. Also, as you recall, we talked about the village sticker submissions, and I've stated in past meetings that with the submissions that District 206 presented, they were clip art, so we were not able to use them because of licensing issues. So in order to thank them for their submissions, we provided them with gift cards. So that was, again, out of the Public Relations Committee bank account, not village funds. We did have $2.47 left over, which has been turned into Mohan today. And that went to the 60th anniversary account. And so our bank account will be closed as of tomorrow. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. And also, I contacted the IT person to make sure that when you go on the Sauk Village website, there's a space for info@saukvillage.com. That came to me, and I reminded him that he needs to redirect those emails and that to cancel all of our email addresses, as we will no longer be on the board. And he is doing that. So housekeeping-wise, public relations is done. As far as me personally, I just wanted to, I see a lot of employees in the audience and a lot of past elected officials and a lot of people who've kind of been there along the way. I would just like to say thank you. I was elected at 22 years old. I came out of school, my parents made me come back home, and I figured if I was going to be here, I was going to try to make a difference. So I was elected, and I was appointed at 23. I was sworn in at 23, elected at 22. And so for the past 12 years, I have grown with Sauk Village. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, and first and foremost, I would just like to thank all of the department heads, all of the employees who have been with me along that 12-year journey. You guys have sat through my questions, my comments, my concerns, helping me understand things, especially Mayor David Hanks. He took me under his wing right after the election, explained to me what a TIF was, explained to me how things operated, and those first couple years I really would not have been able to get by without the help of Mayor David Hanks and our former village manager, Richard Dietrich. The past 12 years have just been a lot of really good memories. Being able to work with Student Government Day, the 8th graders of Sauk Village, for 10 years was the highlight of my time here. Working with the village clerk on the food and gift toy drive at Christmas time for the past 3 years was amazing. To know that we gave over 150 food baskets away and over 500 toys to the families of Sauk Village, that's been a blessing. And that was an amazing thing to be a part of. Helping to reintroduce the Shop with a Cop program for the past 2 years has been amazing as well. Working to continue the Sauk Talk, that has been great. And, oh, speaking of the Sauk Talk, I did, one more housekeeping item, I did forward you, Mr. Burgess, the Sauk Talk template. I don't know if you guys plan on utilizing that, but the blank template, I did forward you in that email. So that's the last public relations thing. I just want to say, like I said, I just want to say thank you. There has been ups, there have been downs, there have been interesting board meetings, and there have been good board meetings. And I want to say thank you to my parents who had, you were waiting for it? I want to say thank you to my parents who pushed me when I made a joke in former Mayor Peckham's backyard saying I should run for trustee, and thinking that it was a joke, and then being pushed to run, and then getting elected, and then getting reelected, and then reelected. So my parents have been behind me 100% of the way. They have been there to support me, to help me, to guide me, and not just here, but obviously in every aspect of my life. And I want to say thank you to my friends and my family, and our volunteers. Our volunteers who have started off as friends and who've become family. You guys have been with us through Shop with a Cop, through the food basket program, through the toy drive giveaway, through raising money for the 50th and the 60th anniversaries, to everything we've done. You guys have been right there with us, and thank you. We could not have done it without you guys. There's absolutely no way we could have done it without you guys, so thank you. And to the new board, I want to say congratulations, good luck, you will need it. It's interesting when you're in the audience seats to kind of get that perspective. There's a lot of things you say you're going to do, or you think you're going to do, or you think would be a good idea until you're up here and you're seeing the real facts. So I look forward to not being in this seat anymore and being in those blue seats, so I can figure out some things to come back at you guys with, like you guys have done to me for the past 12 years. So again, thank you very much, good luck, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Village Clerk Debbie Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I was really trying not to get emotional tonight, but when you follow your daughter, who you're so very, very proud of, that's done such a great job for 12 years, and happy birthday to my daughter. She's super old, she says.
Catching up with you guys. A little bit more to go.
In my first election, I ran on communication. Since 2009, I started the E.P.L.A.N email alert system. I posted the minutes, the ordinances, the accounts payables, and other financials online. Over 1,000 rain barrels were distributed to residents through a partnership with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, which I'm extremely excited about. I created a hotline for the emergency water distribution during the time when we had to pass bottled water out of our community center. And also, I worked with Trustee Myers on the local debt recovery program, which I think was an excellent project, and I appreciate him taking the time and the effort to put that together. It has been my pleasure to work with my daughter, Trustee Rosie Williams-Begg, on her Public Relations Committee and her Community Outreach Program. We've done so much together, and it has helped us as a family. We've had the Student Government Days, the National Night Out, the food baskets, the toy giveaway. I said I was going to get through this without crying.
You can't get commercial.
And I'm happy tonight. I'm not sad, just thankful for all of the contacts I made while hosting housing, job, and resource fairs. While I'm excited when people follow up after these fairs and they let me know how it's made a difference in their life. It's also a pleasure to have worked with Trustee Washington, who's got such a fire when it comes to this community with the book bag system and the back-to-school system. I mean, she's phenomenal. And Trustee Myers right along with her. I mean, he's been her backbone from the very beginning. They're just awesome to work with. And Trustee Jones with the Parks and Recreation Committee to continue the projects, the programs that were put in place and add more to them. Anytime he needs help, I'm always trying to be there. If I'm not working, I'm right along here with them. Because this is about community, people. This is about working together. I'm also grateful to all of the residents, the staff, and the family members that continue to inspire me. The last few years have been riddled with a fantasy Facebook attack on me, my family, our residents, and our village. I'm equally grateful for that. Because what I've learned, if nothing else, is that what doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. I believe that God placed me here for a reason and a season. It's time to move on, to continue on a path to make a difference in the life of others. Mr. Mayor, the street sign is basically a sign of honor. That's all it is, a sign of honor. But you don't need a street sign, Mr. Mayor. I know it's tradition, but many people don't last more than 12 years in a position as an elected official, and you went beyond that. Know that you are appreciated and respected, and you're the greatest work husband I ever had. I give my warmest, most sincere congratulations to the newly elected officials, especially Village Clerk Marva Pruitt. I wish you well. To the new board, we've had 8 long years of long, horrible. Trustee Williams was nice enough to say there was some good and some bad, but I'll tell you, they've been hard, and it has done a lot to damage our community. And if we don't come together and work together as a community, then we're in trouble. All these people in this room right now, a lot of you are residents, maybe a lot of you aren't, but what we need to do is we need to know that we are a community, we are a family, we live here, we work here, our children are being raised here. It's important. There's a lot of animosity that we're all going to have to recover from, but it's really difficult, and I'm telling you, I've experienced a lot of it myself just recently, and it's going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge that we're going to have to work on. And I just want to say thank you again, everybody, for whether you voted for me or not. I love life. I'm fine.
Thank you, Village Clerk. I usually don't try to point out people because I know I always miss someone. But before I get into my prepared statement, I look around the room, and tonight we're seeing a community brought together. I look around the room, I see representatives from churches. I see Father Dave from St. James. Pastor Seaton from Grace United Church of Christ. And I know I saw Pastor Pitts walk in from Holy Tabernacle. And hopefully I didn't miss any other pastors from our community. Pastor Hall, thank you for being here. Again, as we start the next administration, this is what we need to continue to have, community. I also look around the room, I see former mayors. I saw Mayor Ed Pazel. He's still there. Mayor Mark Collins. I don't know if there's any others in the audience. I got it. I also look around the room, I see former trustees. These are just the ones that I see. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone, but I see Jim Schultz, who we're going to honor with street signs tonight. Former trustee Joe Wizzlewady. And I know I saw Rita out there somewhere, right there. There's Rita. Rita and I go way back. We served on the board together, so I don't know if I missed any other former trustees. Francine. Oh, there's Francine. Trustee. Again, this is why I don't start pointing people out, because I always miss someone. So. Also look around the room. I see we have representatives from our school board. I see our school superintendent, Donna Leak. I know I saw her. Our newest board president, Tammy Jones. Phil's sitting down there. I saw Phil. And I don't know if there's any other ones here from the school board. Sinead here's back there. So, you're the new village clerk. Yeah. So we got Marva. Marva's on the school board too. So. Dolores Green is here. I didn't see her. But Dolores, former member. There she is. I see that hand. I also look around the room. I see representation from local businesses. And I know I'm not going to start naming businesses, but I can look around the room and see you here, and I appreciate you for being here tonight. Now, I have a prepared statement. And no matter how many times you read this, you never tear up until you get ready to read it, right? So, I'll read it slow, and I'll try to get you out of here as soon as I can, okay? As the last time I addressed the residents as mayor, first I'd like to say thank you. For allowing me to serve you over these 18 years as your trustee or mayor. As we close out this administration, there are a few things I'd like to share with you before slipping off into retirement. I'm not going to go over all the information we provided in the last Sauk Talk, but what has happened in the last few months or weeks. First, Sauk Village has 2 new businesses locating and opening their doors in Sauk Village soon. Satellite International, a new cell phone company located at 14 Sauk Plaza, which is, for you might know it as the old currency exchange. And her display vans, which will be located at 22401 Joshua Drive, which is the old Chicago Air Power Building. As to the financials of the village, Sauk Village still has its challenges, and the next administration will need to continue to tighten their belts. However, Sauk Village is better off than it was in 2012 and 2013. I'm here tonight to tell you that all the audits are current, including the 2015-2016 audit, which has been completed and submitted, and I'm going to pass it out to the board now. And if you have any problems sleeping tonight, I'll give you some good reading material. During this last report, I want to be able to provide the village residents with a collector's report for January and February 2017. We'll start with January. Pass it out to the board. January 2017 property taxes were $16,176.20. Other taxes were $257,057.96. Licenses and permits were $6,396.50. Fees and services were $258,204.15. Grants were $6,456.36. Transfers were $250,000. Miscellaneous was $116,276.19 for a total revenue of $910,567.36. That's for January of 2017. Next collector's report will be for February 2017. For February 2017, property taxes were $580,129.92. Other taxes were $137,489.15. Licenses and permits were $5,730.50. Fees and services were $221,154.27. Grants were negative of $4,670.11. Transfers were $1,673,323.52. Miscellaneous was $105,630.65 for a total revenue for February 2017 of $2,718,787.90. That's for February 2017. Also want to give a Quick status on the aging report. In this last election, we heard a lot, aging report, people talking about it. First of all, I just want to make sure for the residents that, we have a lot more residents here than normal. Aging report is a living document. As invoices come in, the invoices get added to the aging report. Aging reports also, as we pay, those invoices get taken off. After the accounts payable was approved tonight, I think for a second. After the accounts payable was approved tonight, the aging report is about $609,000. Now, of that $609,000, let's give you a breakdown. $142,600 is for insurance premiums, MFT audits, and 911 joint dispatch services, which are already scheduled to be paid out at the end of May. Of that $609,000, there's a $345,000 bond, which is scheduled to be paid in November, but it's already on the aging report because we received the invoice. When elected in 2013, to give you an example where we were financially, there was $1.9 million in unpaid checks on the back desk when I took over as acting mayor in 2012. And the aging report was between $1.3 and $1.5 million. So when I look at an aging report that's only $609,000, we've come a long ways. If you were to remove the invoices that are scheduled to be paid out by the end of this month and the bond that is to be that's budgeted to be paid in November, that aging report would only be $122,000. Say to the board, good job. You've done a great job. In closing, I'm bringing all this information out because I want the residents to know. One thing you've heard talked about was the water fund. Sauk Village has had to use the water fund to borrow from to continue to make our accounts payables. Currently, right now, Sauk Village General Fund owes the water fund $1.8 million. That's where we're at right now. Again, when you look at that $1.8 million, that's monies that have been borrowed going all the way back to 2012? 2010. So this is not something that's been borrowed over the last year. This is money that's been borrowed going all the way back to 2010. So it's at $1.8 million. Lastly, there are so many I would like to say thank you, so please don't get offended if I miss someone. Thank you to the supporters that stood by me when you agreed with me and when you didn't agree with me. I'd like to personally thank both J.W. Fairman and Reed Paxton. Over the last 2 years, both have been tremendous help to me and to this village. However, both have chosen to go back into retirement. I wish them well. I'd like to thank all the committee volunteers and commissioners. However, as for commissioners, it saddens me to inform the board that the Housing Commission voted to dissolve the commission and all the commissioners have submitted their resignations. Thank you to the following housing commissioners for your professionalism, your accomplishments, your service, and dedication. Those commissioners are Gary Holcomb, Heidi Parker, Wanda Lamel, Sharon Nowak, Carrie Pratt, and John Hoskin. I have to say a special thank you to the following trustees, for if it wasn't for you voting, Sauk Village probably would have stood still. But as these trustees leave, Trustee Myers, Trustee Washington, and Trustee Williams, thank you. But I go a step further and say it's been an honor serving with all the trustees that I've served with on all the boards. Over 18 years, you served with a lot of people. So we may have agreed with each other, we may have disagreed with each other, but the important thing is it's okay to disagree, but not be disagreeable. I've said that over the years, and I leave that to the state, I leave that to the next board. It's okay to disagree, but don't be disagreeable. Thank you to Village Clerk Williams. Thank you to the department heads. Everything rises and falls on leadership, but it's your department heads that make a mayor sits in a position where, in this position, either makes you or breaks you. I want to say a special thank you to Police Department Chief Robert Kowalski. Fire Department Chief Al Stoffregen. Homeland Security Director Al Beverick. Administrative Director Sherry Jasinski. Public Works Director Kevin Waller. Finance Director Mohan Rao. With that said, the department heads also, what makes Sauk Village so great is our employees. So without naming every single employee, because we have so many, thank you to all the employees of Sauk Village. Thank you to our attorneys from Otison and Sturt. Just name Bert Otison, Mike McGrath, Matt Byrne, Liz Shine, and Felicia Frazier. Been able to work with these attorneys. Thank you very much. Thank you to our engineering firms. We have Robinson Engineering. I know Jim's here somewhere. Our TIF engineers, Baxter and Woodman. Tom's here or not. Thank you. Thank you to our insurance carriers. We have Assurance, which is Bobby Duckus and Owens Group, Bill and Dollar. In closing,
love you, Mayor Hank.
In closing, thank you to my wife, Linda, and kids. And without reading their names, Matthew, Sarah, Joanna, Johnny, Hannah, Ethan, Benjamin, Riddick, and Abigail. Thank you for putting up with me over the years and being my biggest supporters. I know there's some that want to be here tonight, but I told them they didn't have to be. As we get older, our children grow up and have other responsibilities. I've got some that are working. I've got one at her first spring formal. So her date is hoping that we have a long meeting so he doesn't have to face me when she gets home, when they get home. So, going back to my family, over the years I've missed them grow up because of work and village elected officials' responsibilities. However, now I plan to slow down, hopefully spend a lot more time with them before they move on, and maybe spoil some grandkids. I've done my job, now it's their turn to do their job. Well, I just want to say congratulations to the new board. Thank you all. God bless Sauk Village and the next administration. Yes, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn sine die.
So moved.
That motion is second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Would you please take your seats? If you're standing, that's fine. On March 17, 2017, the Illinois Supreme Court appointed the Honorable Adrian D. Davis to become a judge in the Second Judicial Subcircuit of Cook County. Ms. Davis is a proud product of the Chicago public school system. She graduated from Whitney Young. in 1985. She went on to attend Illinois State University in 1988. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree with a double major in political science and speech communication. Ms. Davis received her Juris Doctorate degree in 1994 from Thurgood Marshall School of Law at Texas Southern University. In November 1994, Ms. Davis became licensed to practice law in the state of Illinois. In 1995, she became an assistant public defender in the office of the Cook County Public Defender's Office. Ms. Davis was certified as lead attorney and was previously known as the Illinois Homicide Task Force. She was a dedicated assistant public defender and was assigned to the Homicide Task Force for the last 8 years. Ms. Davis tried over 35 homicide cases and multiple other felony cases. She remained in the Cook County Public Defender's Office until her appointment as a judge. In 1998, Ms. Davis was sworn in as a judge before the United States Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. Upon passing the Illinois bar examination, Ms. Davis began tutoring bar candidates enrolled in Minority Legal Education Resources, that's MLAR. This is a supplemental program in the city of Chicago. Ms. Davis served as a tutor and program coordinator for many years and spent 10 years on the board of directors. Currently, Judge Davis is an adjunct thank you, professor at Loyola University in Chicago, College of Law, and teaches legal writing to students preparing to take the bar exam. Judge Davis is a member of the Cook County Bar Association, the Chicago Bar Association, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc., that was right on cue. The Theta Omega chapter, Top Ladies of Distinction, Lincoln Park chapter, Chicago chapter, and the North Shore, Illinois chapter of the Links Incorporated. And I saw some links out here earlier. I don't hear anything. Okay. Judge Davis has given various presentations to youth groups throughout the Chicago area on internet safety and avoiding becoming a defendant in the criminal justice system. Judge Adrian D. Davis is currently assigned to the First Municipal District of the Cook County Circuit Court of Cook County. In this assignment, Judge Davis has presided over traffic violations, misdemeanor cases, and felony preliminary hearings. That's a lot. At this time, I ask that everyone stand, please, as Judge Davis enters the room. At this time, I'd like to call forward to take his oath, Mayor-elect Derek Burgers.
solemnly
The next, I would like, I didn't say it for trustee now Mayor Burgess, but for the family members for the next old person to take oath of office, Marva Campbell Pruitt, the village clerk. The family members, will you please stand up, please? You must hug the judge. And now, I would like the family members of the following trustees-elect to stand and have them come forward. Trustee-elect Grant. Trustee-elect Todd. And trustee-elect Boyd. this time, can everyone rise as the judge leaves the office? Can everyone rise as the judge leaves the room? You may be seated.